Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. When I was in fourth grade, I discovered a life hack on how to make $1 billion making just 30 trades. What had happened was I was in fourth grade. We had a school sale of some sort where there were books and just pencils and all sorts of other crap for sale. And I had bought a few things. And the next day when I went back to school, my classmate was so upset that he had missed the sale. He was out of school due to COVID-96 or whatever it was at the time, and I offered to sell something that I had bought the previous day. I think I paid $1 for it, and I sold it to him for $2. And I thought, wow, I just doubled my money. And I was very impressed at myself because at the time, everybody was irrationally exuberant about Bitcoin or whatever it was at that point. And my dad had just made 30 or 40% buying the latest Bitcoin of the time. And here I was making 100%, and I didn't even have to go on this irrationally exuberant market to do that. And so I thought to myself, what if I could just double my money every day from here on in? And I got out a piece of paper and a pencil, and I calculated how many doubles I would have to do before I made it to $1 million. And I had gotten a big pad of paper. I thought it was going to take a while to go from 1 to 1 million. To my surprise, I barely even finished that one sheet of paper, and I discovered that if you started with $1 and you doubled it 20 times in a row, it would turn into $1 million. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was in fourth grade at the time, and I asked my math teacher if this were true, and she didn't believe it at first, but then she looked at the paper. Yeah, that's like, and she was like, yeah, it looks right. And then she thought for a second, and she was like, but what are you gonna buy when you have $250,000 or $500,000? What are you gonna buy and then resell for double, right? I don't think we have too many things at the school sale. You'd have to buy the entire school building and try to double it, right? And I was like, good point. But the first couple of steps maybe are not going to be that hard, right? And so I think I bought something else for $2 and sold it for $4, and I think that was the end of that adventure. And too bad. I thought to myself, if I could do 2 steps, maybe someday I'll do the rest of the steps. Now, fast forward 30 years later. Now I'm making bismuth art. I had bought 50 pounds of bismuth. I think I paid about $300-400 for it at the time. I made some crap out of it, and I took it to an art show. And my first art show, I sold about $500 worth of stuff. But then I looked, and I hardly sold a good fraction of all the stuff that I made, and I already got more than what I paid for all of the bismuth back, right? I could easily double or even triple my money selling everything in there. And if I started with $300 and I kept doubling my money, now I'm only a few steps away from getting to the $1 million mark, right? In fact, the world's probably going to run out of bismuth before I get to becoming a billionaire or a trillionaire out of it, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.